to your own perspective, whether that be sexually, whether that be relationships, whether that be in your careers. Every part of our lives is an invitation to be open-minded and gain more knowledge.
There's a bar, and I'm glad you said that, because I got a big question to ask you now. If you suck 2 dicks, does that make you gay?
I knew you finna go there. if you pulled out a pack of Earl Campbell Hot Licks and you got on that top turnbuckle and ripped it open like a Stone Cold Steve Austin bro, and you put 2 of those in your mouth and beat on your chest.
No, I'm joking. No. But I want to ask you. That's a big question, because Tank got into a conversation like that, and I want to talk about that conversation. So I wonder, what do y'all think?
Okay, so I have a 2-part answer. And first, I'd like to provide some context.
That's very
growing
important.
Up in East Texas, we came from a hyper-religious, hyper-masculine background where it pretty much forced us to be homophobic and not accept any kind of behavior that did not fall within our normal cultural norms.
Yeah.
So that's the context. As I grew up and started to have my own experiences and meet people and have conversations, my ideas on sexuality changed. I no longer was homophobic. I no longer had fear or hatred towards gays. I began to understand who they are and actually try to remain open-minded to the ideas of sexuality being fluid and also it being on a spectrum versus a binary scale of either or. So if you suck 2 dicks in your life, are you gay? In my opinion, the answer would be no. You may have done 2 homosexual acts, but you yourself should not be defined as a gay male unless you identify as a gay male.
And like Carey disagree.
Fuck you right, I do.
And
I ain't mad at my nigga though. Keep going.
And I expect that because women, say if a woman ate out another woman one time, mm-hmm. people would say she was experimenting. She was curious.
Yeah.
No one would automatically assume that she was a lesbian.
True.
They would just say she had a crazy night out with one of her friends.
Yeah.
A man doesn't necessarily have that same opportunity because of the way our society is set up.
Yeah.
Now, the act of actually sucking a dick is a pretty big sexual act. That's not kissing. That's not touching. That's going pretty far.
That's pretty intimate.
That's manual labor.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to put it.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
So, what's up?
And me myself, I would never be interested in doing that kind of act.
Yeah. I think I would have to fully commit into the gay lifestyle before I put a dick in my mouth.
That's pretty far, bro. Like that's all. Like that's close. But if someone did, I think that they still could be experimented. They could be curious. They should just want to know. And if they go back to just having, heterosexual sex, then I don't really see them as a gay man. And also, let me say this. When we say that is that gay, aren't we also concealing in our language that action is bad and that it's negative? We throw a judgment on the action as it being gay, conceptually, because people think gay is wrong. We still harbor feelings of homophobia.
Yeah.
A man sucking another man's dick may be abnormally weird in our social context, but it's not morally wrong unless you adhere to maybe Christian beliefs or
religious beliefs and stuff. Yeah.
I say like with it, it's always double standard when it comes to certain stuff. With man, simple as this: a woman can swing at you at your head as hard as she wants, throw 5 combos at you.
Yep.
I'm calling
a man throw a slap or anything,
just one.
He's abusive.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Okay, so when it comes to the gay situation, it's the same thing.
It is.
Like, it's just with women, you see them as more gentle, it's more light. It's a dude and a dude that's just aggressive to me. That's like
it is.
It's just it just seemed too aggressive. Like me personally, growing up, I just didn't fuck with the gay shit. What done really changed me around was my girl, her kinfolk. She talked to her like he's married to a dude. And they both cool than a bitch.
Yeah.
Like I done hung around them. I done been around them. Like it ain't shit. They cool than a bitch. They just chillin'. It kind of made me where I was like, cause I used to be like, whoa, wait a second. Like I always was like that. Like I don't give a fuck what nobody think. He's scared of that. He must be gay. Or he's this. He must be gay.
I get what you're saying.
He don't like that. He must be gay. Cause that's what the word came. It used to be, call this shit out. Now it's, you call this shit out, now you gay. Yeah. That's just how it go in this world. And I don't give a fuck about this shit. Yeah. It's just, for me, I just used to be like, I'm cool on this shit. Like, because I think in the country, the gay folks are way out there with it. I think people from city gay folks, I think it's so many of them that they know how to just live life and be chill with it. I think a gay person in the country, they gotta be out there with it because they about 1 out of, 50?
Yeah, and
1 out of 100?
And it's kind of like how we feel being from the country, pause. And dealing with these city folks is that you got to be so far on the other side to get your respect to let people know what it is. That's a good perspective you brought up.
Yeah, I think that's just why people like us from the country take us a little longer to get tuned to it than probably a person from the city. If I was from a city, I'd probably be so used to the gay shit because, like you see up here,
you can go to a gay bar.
You can't go,
man. In the grocery stores, on a Tuesday, you will catch niggas grocery shopping together all day. Yeah. Just hip swinging like a motherfucker.
It's normal being here. Yeah. But growing up, it wasn't as normal. The only gays we see maybe in the choir or, something like that. No hate on nobody.
And then no one would ever talk about it. Right? Yeah, so it's like, we know maybe it is, but we just not gonna ever mention it.
It's true.
Right. And then now people like to say it's a lot of gay niggas undercover out here.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
Do we ever say undercover black women? I never see that.
I don't know why that is.
Is that a problem? No, I don't think it is a problem.
I don't think women be undercover though. I think women, because it's a lot more accepted for women to go both ways or whatever. But I want to answer the question for myself, and I have an example. I don't believe if you suck 2 dicks in the past and you no longer want to suck a dick, I don't think you're gay anymore. I think those acts are gay, and I'm going to tell you why.
Earl Campbell, can you deliver 20 pounds of those hot links?
I'm going to tell you why. Lancaster? I had a homegirl that was a full-out lesbian. No men, right?
Yeah.
And then she changed. She married a man, got 3 kids now, and she not fucking with women no more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call her a lesbian right now. She used to be a lesbian. Yeah. But if she no longer doing that, she is no longer a lesbian.
Can we separate the women and the men? No,
we can. So I'm going to tell you.
Switch that role with a man.
Because similar to Jamaal, like as I grew up, especially when I went to college and I was around more gay people, I realized that I did have homophobia, right? Because
hell yeah.
Because women used to compliment me, pause, from saying this in front of y'all, but on my hind parts a lot, right?
Oh, so, what?
On my ass.
Oh, okay.
All right,
just want to make that clear for me. He has a big ass.
All right, so
really got a big old ass. So, yeah.
So I was thinking that, so if they compliment me on that, gay men are looking at the same thing. So I would do the little tricks that the women do, and I'll start wearing stuff that cover me up and shit. And like so that's like a real phobia. So
for real.
So I had to come to grips with that's a real phobia. And at the same time, I gotta show the same empathy for women that do the same thing when I be looking at them, because I love women, black women specifically, ass, big ass. I love all that shit. So I understand why they feel the way that they do. But going to college, I realized that I ain't have a problem with gay dudes. I got a problem with flamboyant people, and that has no sexuality. It's straight flamboyant people. It's these over-the-top type things. I like to stay away from that.
The ones that's on their phone talking loud in Walmart to let you know that they on speakerphone talking to you.
Yeah, it's like that shit I don't like. You ain't gotta, that ain't got nothing to do with your
zesty ass down, because spicy ass.
Because just like you, my brother-in-law is gay, and he was married to a man. And he cool as fuck. When I first met him, I was like, man, he may be a little gay. And I got to talking to him. He cool. and I love hanging with him. I never hung with him and his husband, but him as a man, and I got a lot of gay partners that I went to school with. Like, they cool. I like warriors, right? So as long as you stand on yours, you got a passion, and because one dude, he was a dancer and he a designer and shit.
Hey, can I eat through a oop up there? Can I grab it and dug it? Is he an Aztec warrior?
No. At the end of the day, bro, I like to hang around people who gonna fight for theirs if they need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So as long as you somebody who's comfortable who you are and you willing to fight for what you believe in, I rock with you.
Gay does not equal immoral. Gay does not equal a bad person. And once I rid myself of that prejudice and hatred, I really became more open-minded and understanding and accepting of other ways of life. We can't live our lives being judgmental of others, because at one time in history, we were only seen as 3/5 of a person. Yeah. And I'm not equating race and sexuality. They aren't equal. However, there are some parallels, and to ignore them is really unfair.
Yeah. So irresponsible too.
Because imagine being black and then being a black female gay person. That gotta be one of the hardest existences there is, because not only do people not respect you, meaning the powers in the institution because you're black and you female, but you also don't fall in line sexually. And so you become an outcast. You become a
super outcast.
And I'm against making people feel like they're other. You know, we need to be able to, in order for our movements and institutions to have any cohesiveness and truth to them, we got to incorporate the black lesbian woman. Because you made a good point a few minutes ago. It's a lot of people that I know who they mama's lesbian now, but how the hell they get here?
Exactly.
Like, so it's like, bro, you can't have hatred towards gay people at all. This
how blind I was. I got two twin aunties. They always been lesbian.
100%.
I never paid attention until I got older. Then I told somebody my aunties were. They're like, yo, you got the twin aunties. They dykes. Thought about it. I said,
You never looked at them like
mushroom cut my whole life.
Yeah, for real.
I always wore hoodies.
Yeah,
I used to love going to their house when I was little, because it was always women there. Her girlfriend have her daughters or her little sisters. I'm going here to a buffet. 100%. Because I was a young nigga thinking I was going to be pimping, like young nigga. So when I was coming up, and then finally it hit me, I was like, damn. But at the same time, I always wondered about the children or the kids, because they still be a little out to society a little bit. Because when stuff like that goes on in the country, like where it goes on, that whole little space, if you're not in that city environment, or maybe just even a Longview environment, you could kind of space out on this world, and you 100%. Won't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's what I be feeling like be going on sometimes. And that's why I say, like, when he was talking about it, like when it comes to the whole back to the two dingling situation, me personally, I feel like that shit is gay. It's fuck.
It is gay.
The act itself. Yeah, the act is gay.
Personally, and I guess what? I think if you suck a dick, just one, you are gay as fuck. That's just my opinion.
What if you don't suck no more dicks for 20 years? Is you still presently gay?
You are a dookie shooter. You love it. Chili dogger. Yes. You gay.
Oh, so I'm going to ask you this. It's a lot of niggas go to prison.
Oh, man.
It's a lot of shit going on in prison.
Woo, don't it?
So, does that question. Make them gay?
It's a good question.
Hey, you know what, bro? That's one of them, man. Because I wouldn't want to tell a nigga, hey, you gay because you had to take that. But if you like that, then you come out and you really, inside you start liking that, then yeah, you can be still gay if we want to take it there. But at the same time, I ain't gonna call no nigga gay if he got raped up in prison. I ain't gonna do him like that. Like, oh, you a gay ass nigga. I wouldn't do nobody like that. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, anything with them weenies, nigga.
Yeah. One thing I want to let people understand.
And I'm just one nigga. Just let everybody know, I still got love for the gay people and all the other people and anybody. It's cool. It's whatever. I just don't.
You brought up a good point about the flamboyant thing. I think the reason why individuals who identify as gay, lesbian, transsexual, intersexual, asexual, whatever, all of those are pansexual, that they are overcompensating because society hasn't really allowed them to be themselves.
I'm glad you said that.
And
I used to do that.
So when you haven't actually been able to freely be yourself out in the open and you get a opportunity, you overcompensate and start becoming parts of yourself that you necessarily wouldn't do if you hadn't have subverted your initial urge to just be out in the open.
Yeah.
And society has now made it where being, not anti-gay, but just calling out homosexual activity as it is itself, like you say, sucking a dick is gay. That's seen now as being not politically correct. Right. That's seen as actually being...
I'm a homophobe.
Yeah, you're a homophobe for that. Yeah. But in all actuality, that's not true. And people have to stop being so sensitive that we can't even have the conversation.
A homophobe to me would be like me if, like, I done been around people who, like, they can't even, like, as soon as a gay person come around, they get angry and shit.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not angry.
That's
I
what...
go in stores all the time. For instance, it's a dude in a store I work in. He gay as fuck. Mm-hmm. Guess what section he work in? The meat section, of course. So I'm just saying. But the nigga know what I'm saying. When I see a nigga, I make sure I give him a good, hard, stern, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, bro? Just let him know. You're a man, guy. Yeah. You're a man. We cool. So he be like, how gay people say hey, and he'll do his hey. One thing about it, though, one time I had to get on his ass. You can't say hey today. Hey. See what I'm saying? Now that's the problem you got to come to. I've been cool. I've spoke. I'm going by my business. Because I speak to you, gay brother. Don't think that mean that we finna be in here flirting and shit, bro. That mean, like, don't do no extras. Like, I came in with, you late today. No, nigga. We don't do none of the extras. It's all, what's good, bro? Hey, and then we can keep on going about our business. Yeah. But all the extra shit you doing, nigga, that's the only problem I would say. Hey, man, the black gay brothers, if you gay, that's cool. Don't be trying to convert other people like you at the end of a sermon trying to tell people in the congregation, if you're here today,